Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to this reading for Kate Middleton. So if you like this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Remember to subscribe because I upload videos like this every single week. Comment something lovely down below. If you'd like your own personal and private reading with me, I am fully booked at the moment, but you can email me if you'd like to be added to the waiting list, and I can email you when my readings are available again. And if you'd like to, you can follow me outside of this channel at I am Kirstie Lewis. But let's get reading for the Duchess of Cambridge. This has been a very, very long awaited reading, lovelies, and I can't believe I actually haven't done this reading yet. It's been a long time coming, I think. Okay, so as I began to meditate and tap into Kate's energy, I picked up on a few messages, and I've written them down, so I will just read them out. So Spirit began to talk to me about when she first went into her role, when she first became part of the royal family. They said at the very beginning she felt very isolated and alone. I felt with her that it was almost as if everything she kind of knew was just stripped away, and she did have to learn this whole new life. And we know that anyway, but it really was like a culture shock. It was like, oh, okay, I can't just go to the shop anymore, and I can't just go and see my friends anymore. It's like there really is restrictions here. And she did struggle with that, you know. I feel like with Kate, everything on the surface looks happy and fine and bubbly and perfect, but underneath I feel like she paddles a lot, and you know, she's like a they talked about it in their engagement video, like saying how on the outside they're like smiling and happy and excited, but underneath they're like racing and anxious, and you know, their feet are just paddling like crazy. And I really feel that with her. Even still now, she panics about saying the wrong thing, and she worries about doing the wrong thing. She wants to be right, and she wants to get it right. Next, I put this role of being a royal has brought her out of herself, because naturally she's quite shy. I picked that up. I feel like as a child, Kate was a very shy and reserved child. I don't feel like she had a lot of friends. I feel like she wasn't very confident. I feel like there's some insecurities there. Very smart and very intelligent, but very withdrawn and very reserved, very, very shy. She does miss her normal life. She does miss those aspects of being able to just do what she wants. She does miss that. And Spirit are telling me that she does have moments in the day where she looks at her children and she does get upset that they aren't going to have quote unquote normal childhoods. She does think about that, and how she worries about how she's going to relate to them, because she didn't have the same upbringing that they're having. So she does think about that, and she tries to bring as much normality into their lives as physically possible. I've then got, at times, she feels like a shell of herself, because the old her had to die to birth this new person. The Kate that we see now is not the Kate that she was prior to royalty. You know, she was very private, very, very private, very reserved, very shy, like I said. And now, because of what she does, she has to talk in public, and she has to put herself out there, and everyone knows what's going on, and her life isn't as private anymore. It's not her own. And I feel like she was a very private person. And it's taken her a long time to come to terms with that. And even now, it doesn't come too naturally to her. The last two things, very, very controversial, but Spirit told me that, and these are Spirit's words, this is how they said it to me. They said she was shunned by Meghan, shunned. They put it to me like this. They said they thought, as Meghan being an outsider as well, that they would be able to relate to one another and could be friends and build a friendship on that, you know, because they're two people outside of this organisation. They both come from outside of the royal family. Yes, from two completely different backgrounds, but still, they're both outsiders. And Kate naively thought, great, you know, I can maybe help her, because I struggled when I first came into this system. I can maybe help her and guide her, and we can build a bond over that. And she says Meghan, well, Spirit says Meghan just threw it in her face. Every time she tried to help, Meghan kind of threw it back at her. And they also told me that the marriage has been rocky. And I do like a certain kind of warm up for the cards before I do the final pull, which is where I just pull out random cards. I'll just go through the deck and I'll pull out random cards that I feel drawn to in regards to who I'm reading for. And I did pick up on a specifically rocky patch in their marriage, Kate's marriage to William. And William is a very, he can be quite cold. He can be quite standoffish. He's not very like, he's not a kind of man who's very affectionate or attentive. He's not that kind of man. He's very reserved. His emotions are very held back. And, you know, Kate, because of her insecurities and because of that feeling isolated and alone, she needed that. And I feel like it just caused a little bit of a rift in their marriage, because it's like, I need you and you're not there. But anyway, let's pull on the cards and see what they have to say for Kate, because I'm very, very intrigued. Now, I had to keep going back and forth with Spirit because they wasn't being very clear with me. But I also picked up on a fourth child, a girl, specifically a girl, because Spirit kept talking to me about a baby girl. So I specifically felt the energy of a baby girl. Right, Kate Middleton, Spirit. Okay. Kate Middleton. Do you want that? Do you want that? Okay. I always get one that falls on the floor. Okay, fine. Kate Middleton, Kate Middleton, Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, Spirit, Duchess of Cambridge. Kate Middleton. God, they're all flying out. Interesting. Kate Middleton, Spirit. Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, Spirit. Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge. Interesting. Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge. Wow. A lot of masculine cards here. Okay. Her mind is very different to what we see. In her mind, she's very, she dreams of what if. What would life have been like if I had... This is really weird. I've never actually had this before. I've gone into someone's thoughts. But I'm very much in her thoughts. And I can see her visions of... What would life have been like if I had just settled with someone who was normal? If I had just gone down a normal route and I hadn't have married a prince? What would my life look like? I can really feel her asking those questions. When Kate Middleton got into this marriage, we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about fantasy, imagination, you know, idolising a specific way of living and a dream and thinking about things and how grand they are. And she manifested this experience. She manifested this experience. I asked Spirit before I actually sat down, I said, did she always know? Did she go in with this with the intention of marrying Prince William? Did she always know? Did her parents know? Like, they said no, but as soon as she met him, then yes. It wasn't like she'd lived her whole life trying to get after Prince William. It was when she saw him and she met him, and that was it. She was like, he's going to be mine, I'm going to be his wife, and there is nothing and no one in my way that's going to stop me from doing that. That's what these cards represent. The Seven of Cups is that dream, that goal, that obsession, that massive, massive want of something that you are not going to give up, even if it's an illusion, even if it's not what you think it's going to be, which it wasn't. And she realised that very quickly on, like, oh, this is hard. But she created it. It's there with the magician. She manifested this experience, and that's just to say that that's what she did. She did create this experience for herself. And then as soon as she got into the situation, we have the Nine of Cups. tied to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about battle. It's about moving forward, but it's gonna be hard. So you're on a new journey now, and it's difficult, it's hard. It's not as easy as you thought it was gonna be. And the Nine of Wands is about being resourceful. It's a card of solidarity, like, not solidarity, it's a card, well, yeah. It's a card of, like, soulness, of being on your own. It's a card of, like, just being, using your own resources, having your own back, being your own ride or die, because there is no one there to do that for you. You're fighting this battle alone, because William's not fighting a battle. This is William's life. William hasn't come into your life, she's gone into his, and there was difficulties, and she did struggle. She didn't show it, but she did struggle. Now, I'm going to ask a question to the cards, because I feel like these two cards here represent potential infidelity in the marriage. And I'm going to ask Spirit now, did Prince William ever cheat on Kate Middleton? Because I feel it. I don't know if it was ever physical, if it was ever sexual, if it ever went the full mile. Did Prince William entertain other women? I feel like he may. Did Prince William cheat on Kate Middleton? Did Prince William cheat on Kate Middleton? Was he unfaithful? Spirit, tell me, please. Was Prince William unfaithful to Kate Middleton? Interesting. I'm going to say that's a yes. The reason I say that's a yes is because the High Priestess specifically talks about things that we do in secret. I don't want to say that Prince William's not a nice person. I don't think he's my kind of person. I feel like he is a specific flavour of person that you would have to... not everyone likes him. Harry, everyone likes. Harry is a people's person. He's easily likeable. Prince William, not so much. And personally for me, the energy that I get from Prince William, I don't like him very much. I didn't want to think it, but it's true. When I pulled this card out, Spirit said to me he's got a wandering eye. He doesn't realise what he's got in Kate. He's got a very good woman in Kate. He's got a woman who will be by his side through thick and thin, ride or die, loyal. And he hurt her. He hurt her. I can hear her saying, like, you're not supporting me. You're not supporting me. And I feel like it was at the beginning of their marriage. Spirit are saying to me 2 years. So I feel like it was 2 to 3 years into the marriage that things just got a little bit tricky. And when I did the pre-pull on the cards, I pulled out the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about conflict. I then pulled out the Tower. The Tower is destruction. It's the ideal that you've built, this dream that you've built just falling apart. He definitely entertained other women. Not now, but in the beginning, he definitely did. And she wanted him so bad, and she loves him so much. Like, she's very devoted. If I could give you one word for their relationship and their marriage, it's devotion. She is devoted to him till the bitter end. And it's not about wanting to be a queen. It's not about wanting to be a princess. She loves him. And he hasn't always treated her well. Emotionally. But I feel like he's had his own issues to deal with, but he definitely entertained other women. One woman specifically, because the High Priestess is a secret. She's not a secret specifically, but I feel like in this situation she represents a secret. And she represents things that you do in secret, okay? So for her to come out as an answer for me asking, did Prince William cheat on Kate? For her to come out as an answer to that, I'm going to say yes, there was, but not maybe in a sexual or a physical sense, but in an entertaining of other women. I'm going to say yes. We move forward, because that was, this is the beginning of the marriage. This is the beginning. This is the middle, and this is where we are now. Well, this is joining the two together. So, her life is this marriage. And I feel like that's why it's come up so prominently. She's not just herself. She is William and Kate. She is Duchess, Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. This is what it is. She is part of a unionship. She's not just Kate. She's not just, you know, this marriage is her identity. And that's why it shows up so prominently in the reading. Page of Wands. And Spirit want to say, we know her through this marriage. That is why. We wouldn't know her otherwise. Page of Wands. Page of Wands talks about cautious progress. So there was hurt. There was hurt on both sides, because he hurt her obviously by his behaviour, how he was being cold and unsupportive and, you know, giving other women attention. And then obviously she got annoyed and backed off. And then he got annoyed. And so it was kind of like this vicious circle. But they did make a pact, you know, this is what we plan to do. You know, we're still best friends. Let's move forward. And so they did so. But it was with cautious progress. And I feel like it took them a long time to get to where we are now. And a lot of things were happening behind closed doors. And let me tell you, these two put on a very good show, because we never saw any of this. There were times we saw them in the public, ha ha, hee hee, cackling and laughing, loving each other, holding hands. Meanwhile, they were not in a good place. So there was cautious progress for them to get forward. It took a while, okay? It took a while, and Spirit is saying to me, not everything was as we saw it. Page of Pentacles. This talks about new business, new ventures, moving forward. We are seeing that now. We are seeing a new kind of branding of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, especially since the abdication and absence of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So we're seeing a new version of them, a more people-pleasing brand. You know, they're interacting more with the public, especially via social media. And I feel like there is a business venture for Kate alone, something that she's going to do alone. I don't know if she's going to write a book. I don't know if she's going to set up her own personal charity or organisation. I don't know if it's a podcast, but it's something that is just for her. Spirit are talking about her just stepping into her own thing, and it's something that is going to bring money. So it is a business venture, it's a project. Not necessarily money straight to her pocket, it might be charity or something like that. But she is going to do something of her own for herself, because she needs that. She's been giving so much to, like, just this marriage and just the public and the nation. She's been doing yes, yes, yes. She's just been a yes, yes, yes girl, and Spirit want her to just do something for herself. She is very much a people pleaser. She's very much a yes girl. She is very much wants to please everybody and wants to make everybody very happy. And Spirit just want her to do something for herself. And I see more of that now as she matures and moves forward. More of her own things, more of her own responsibility and her independence away from William, in her own right, in her own lane, standing on her own 2 feet. We could see in the next 5 years that, you know, Kate is very popular anyway, but I could see her moving more into a Princess Diana-esque mode and doing a lot more work on her own. So it's been a pleasure, actually. What a nice reading. She's very reserved, very reserved. The energy's very held back, like, oh, I'll just give you a little bit, just a little bit. Very shy, very reserved, but a lovely reading nonetheless. So if you like this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, because I post them every single week. Leave some love for the Duchess of Cambridge down in the comments below. Again, if you'd like your own personal private reading with me, I am fully booked at the moment, but you can email me to be put on the waiting list, and I'll let you know when readings are available. And if you want to hang out outside of this video, then you can just follow me over on Instagram at @IamKirstieLewis. Thank you so much for your support, your love, for being here. Take care, keep safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, lovelies.